Have you ever picked up a rambutan in the produce aisle and asked yourself, wait a minute, is this a fruit or a sea urchin? It is a perfectly logical question. This hairy exterior has deceived our visual senses for generations, especially since it looks far more like a hibernating alien creature than an actual dessert. But here's the actual truth. The bizarre entity you are looking at wasn't born to terrify you. These literal hairs stem from a vastly more ancient and highly sophisticated physiological mechanism. Today, we are going to uncover the truth behind this tropical fruit, its true origins, and exactly why this bizarre suit of armor is an absolute evolutionary masterpiece of nature. A fiery red exterior, shaggy, covered in curving soft spines. It shatters every single convention of what a smooth, glossy fruit on a supermarket shelf should look like. This sheer weirdness literally dictated its name across the globe. In Malay and Indonesian, rambut translates directly to hair. In Vietnam, chom chom translates simply to messy hair. The Chinese call it hong mao dan, a hairy red pill. Highly visual, chillingly accurate. But here is the crucial catch. That intimidating shell is nothing more than a deception. Crack it open. You will find a translucent, milky white flesh. Its flavor profile is incredibly unique. Think of a delicate blend of sweetness, crisp refreshment, and a slight hint of tartness. It is a close cousin to the lychee and longan, sitting right inside the soapberry family. But the flavor of the rambutan is milder, less intensely floral, and sometimes carries fleeting, subtle notes of strawberries and grapes. This aroma stems from delicate organic compounds like beta-damascenone and vanillin. Nutritionally speaking, it is 78% water, a flawless hydration machine. 100 grams contains a mere 82 calories. It packs in a massive payload of vitamin C, copper, potassium, and an amount of fiber roughly equivalent to a whole apple. Clearly, the core is a masterpiece. So why did nature go to the trouble of wrapping it in a hairy suit of armor? To understand this, we have to shove it right under the microscope. Most people assume these hairs were born to intimidate predators. Very logical, but completely wrong. Botanists classify these hairs as soft spines. In reality, they are a literal genius heat dissipation system. The fiery red rind is packed full of phenolic acids and tannins, and those hairs operate exactly like an air conditioning unit, helping the fruit literally sweat out moisture under the scorching, brutal heat of the tropics. An outstanding biological design. But that isn't even the most brutal part. The true survival battle of the rambutan lies in perpetuating its bloodline. This is the part that surprises almost everyone. The rambutan tree actually has 3 sexes: male, female, and hermaphroditic. Male trees absolutely never bear fruit. Never. They exist solely to launch massive panicles, boasting over 3,000 blossoms. Tasked purely with supplying pollen. And the flowers themselves? Incredibly microscopic, ranging from just 2.5 to 5 millimeters, completely petalless, a dull, pale greenish white. Their fruit-set ratio is a catastrophic failure. An initial panicle might hold 1,450 flowers. The pollination rate sits around 25%, but then nature aggressively begins to cull them. A massive, spontaneous fruit abortion phenomenon occurs. The final result? Only 1% to 3% actually survive. Out of thousands of initial blossoms, a mere 6 to 13 fruits manage to hang on. The sheer survival of this entire ecosystem relies completely on swarms of honeybees, Apis cerana, or flies intentionally released by farmers right next to the orchards. Nature engineered an excessively fragile plant. So, exactly how did such a high-maintenance organism manage to survive and find its way to America? History has its own answer. The rambutan is a pure native resident of Southeast Asia, growing wild since antiquity across the Malay archipelago. Its global expansion was a spectacular expedition. From the 13th to the 15th centuries, Arab merchants carried it across the violent Indian Ocean to East Africa, landing in the Zanzibar archipelago. By the 19th century, the Dutch uprooted it from Indonesia and hauled it over to Suriname in South America. From there, it exploded across Central and South America. The ultimate goal? To cultivate it to export straight back up into the United States market. But this is exactly when American pride was brutally challenged. In 1906, a massive-scale campaign was launched. Seeds from the island of Java were directly imported into the southeastern United States. They wanted to forge a domestic rambutan empire. The result? Total and utter failure. The reason was incredibly simple: temperature. The rambutan harbors a fatal weakness. It absolutely cannot survive temperatures dipping below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Any hint of frost is an immediate death sentence. Nature literally rejected America. Today, outside of Puerto Rico and Hawaii, the continental United States is completely incapable of growing this tree. While America failed, Thailand struck the jackpot. In 1926, merchant K. Vong brought the seeds to Surat Thani province. The ideal climate instantly detonated an agricultural gold mine. But hidden beneath that juicy exterior lies a secret with a highly toxic capability. Looking at that perfectly safe, pure white flesh, you would probably assume its seed is equally harmless. The exact opposite is true. Bite into a raw rambutan seed, and a bitter taste will shoot straight up your palate. Raw seeds contain narcotic compounds and carry a mild toxicity. It absolutely was not born to be eaten raw. But humanity always knows how to bend the rules. In the Philippines, people roast or boil the seeds to completely shatter that toxicity, transforming them into a snack. Even more surprisingly, the rambutan seed is an industrial chemical bomb. It contains 42% oleic acid and 34% arachidic acid, a colossal amount of fat that is actively extracted to manufacture soap and cooking oil. And it doesn't just stop at the seeds. Every single part of this plant is ruthlessly exploited in ways very few could ever imagine. The rind, packed full of tannins, formulated into medicine. The tree bark boasts powerful astringent properties used to cure ailments of the tongue. The roots, used to literally bring down fevers. That magnesium-rich flesh, transformed into a rapid energy-loading fuel for marathon runners. But the absolute pinnacle of astonishment lies in dyeing technology. Young rambutan shoots can magically morph yellow silk into vibrant green. And when combining the leaves, the fruit, and a few indigenous secrets, they create air banyar, a literal magical concoction that dyes red silk into a flawless, pitch-black hue. Its wood, despite being hard and prone to splitting, is still milled into woodwork and furniture. This ruthless utilization reveals a profoundly deep bond between humanity and a wild plant. And that bond, over time, literally morphed into a living faith. In Southeast Asia, the rambutan doesn't just sit on a plate. It sits deep within the subconscious. In Indonesia, legend tells the tale of Princess Sinta fleeing into the jungle. To protect her, the gods magically transformed her into a cluster of radiant rambutans. A kind-hearted hunter brought them home, and the princess reappeared, bringing prosperity with her. Ever since then, the rambutan has been the absolute symbol of kindness, miracles, and abundance. Over in Thailand, it is a symbol of success. In Surat Thani province, they throw an entire annual rambutan festival on a massive scale. And the focal point of the festival? Professionally trained monkeys performing circus acts to entertain the tourists. But let's push aside the fairy tales. The modern rambutan industry is, in reality, a cutthroat technological war. In the wild, a rambutan tree can tower up to nearly 100 feet, 30 meters, the equivalent of a 10-story building. But just to harvest the fruit, farmers have to apply ruthless pruning techniques, forcing the tree to never exceed roughly 23 feet, 7 meters. Despite being physically suppressed, its yield remains phenomenal. Every single tree provides up to 100 kilograms, roughly 220 pounds or about 6,000 fruits, a year. It takes a grueling 3 to 5 years for a grafted tree to actually bear fruit. Here is the absolute Achilles heel of the rambutan export industry: an incredibly short shelf life. Rambutans are extremely susceptible to mechanical bruising. They lose moisture wildly fast. Farmers absolutely cannot use machinery. They have to use long poles outfitted with shears to manually cut every single cluster by hand. Furthermore, biologically speaking, the rambutan is a non-climacteric fruit. It does not naturally generate ethylene gas after being picked. That means exactly this: pick it green, and it will stay green forever. Farmers are forced to wait until it fully shifts to yellow or red right on the branch before they can harvest. That is exactly why the rambutans you buy in an American supermarket come with a hefty price tag. To step through the borders of the US, the EU, or Japan, these Thai rambutans must undergo rigorous preservation technologies: on-site orchard sorting, irradiation, forced hot air treatments to eradicate pests. Out in the orchards, they use drones, automated drip irrigation, and biological neem oil to exterminate aphids. Thanks to this technological system, Thailand dominates the globe with 450,000 tons every single year. Leaving Indonesia and Malaysia eating their dust, rambutans are no longer just eaten fresh. They are canned, churned into sorbet, mixed into mojito cocktails, or even simmered into chicken curry. From a fragile organism with a 1% survival rate in the Malay jungles, this hairy fruit has survived the frost and passed grueling irradiation tests to sit proudly on your supermarket shelf. Next time you peel back that shaggy shell, remember this: you aren't just eating a piece of fruit. You are tasting a literal evolutionary masterpiece of survival. So the true secret behind the spiky shell, known as the rambutan, has been brought to light. It is not merely a snack, and it is certainly not a redundant mistake of creation. It has thousands of years of evolution behind it, a genius heat dissipation system, and an exterior that continues to deceive our eyes to this very day. Whether you are mesmerized by its sweetness or still hesitant to touch that fringed rind, the rambutan is a miniaturized testament to the magic of the natural world. It reminds us that even the things with the most absurd appearances, a hairy sphere, a bizarre name, a shaggy texture, also conceal an astonishingly spectacular story of survival.